bulletin. But before I get to give you the news bulletin in detail, a look into the headlines is a must. In the headlines tonight, Pakwat District LC5 Vice Chairperson resigns from office. Residents of Wajir Sub-County have received a borehole worth 25 million Ugandan shillings. And youth leaders in Moyo District have been trained by Global Aim. For this and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. Welcome back, and to begin off with the news bulletin with one of the top stories from Arua City. Top officials from Uganda Police Force have today commissioned a motor garage estimated worth 1.5 billion, and the motor garage is expected to address logistic challenges ranging from motor vehicles breaking down and reducing the cost of repair. Frederick Dramadri has more on the story.
The Directorate of Welfare and Production at Uganda Police Force has decried poor welfare for the serving officers under the Uganda Police Force that is forcing many of them to opt out of the profession. AIGP Charles Birunchi was speaking during the commissioning of a 1.5 billion Ugandan shillings Regional Mechanical Workshop Center in Arua City for Western Region, meant to certain costs incurred in repairing machines.
Currently we are 49,200, but the ideal number is supposed to be 93,000. Currently our estimated population is 46 million, and the policing ratio of 1 to 500 would require that number. So we have that deficit of almost 50,000 personnel, and that one puts our policing ratio at very high at 1,893 currently, instead of 1 to 500.
Serjonchi Edi, the regional police commander, highlights that the facility comes at the right time as logistical challenges make work difficult for the police in the region, adding that the region borders two countries that are experiencing unrest affecting their operations.
So this workshop shall take care of assets here in Western region and Northwestern regions, like motor vehicles and motorcycles, and to really go a long way to improve our effectiveness and efficiency in service delivery.
Whereas the mayor of Arua City, Wadisham Nyakua, emphasizes the need to donate vehicles to help the police in emergency rescues.
Sometimes when there are instances that are happening in the community and the police is conducted, they fail to respond in time. By the time they reach, things have already happened. People have already been lynched, thieves have already done what they want and they have run away. It is a big challenge. It makes the community lose confidence in police. Not because they are inefficient, but because they are not facilitated.
Baramsaki Felix, the Deputy Director, Estates, Construction and Land Management at Uganda Police Force, says plans are underway to construct permanent facilities for the Uganda police officers.
You are 120 apartments, which would be now in the next financial year. But we have you in plan. The Inspector General of Police is very much concerned. You see, the issue of the imports, it was a stopgap measure. We are no longer in a destabilized state. We are now stable, so we are building permanent structures.
Team from the police headquarters, besides commissioning the facility, also inspected the child reception center for victims of gender-based violence undergoing construction and the police health facility at the barracks. Frederick Dramadri, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in the stories. Honorable Owini Ben, the Pakwach District Vice Chairperson, recently announced his resignation from office as the Vice District Chairperson, leaving a section of the public questioning the reason for the decision. But however, according to him, the decision is because he is overwhelmed by the responsibilities, and Alfred Jawok compiled the story.
Honorable Ben Owini, who doubles as District Councillor, Ragem Sub-County in Pakwach District, says he made this bold decision after critically analyzing his personal obligations for the sub-county as well as that of his family. In an interview with West Nile TV this afternoon, Owini said he has not resigned from the position of district councillor but as vice chairperson, Pakwach District Local Government. Honorable Owini further notes that he has been overwhelmed with executive responsibilities since 2017 up to date. He expresses disappointments over government programs, citing that only the minorities have been getting access to the programs like PDM, OWEP, Youth Livelihood, M-Yoga, and among others.
As the District Councillor Ragem, District Councillor representing Ragem Sub-County, I will always remain on the ground to mobilize, monitor, and bring to attention of the District Council the achievements and challenges realized in all government development programs, as mandated in the third schedule of the Local Government Act, CAP 243. Lastly, I would like to appreciate the office of the ever-dedicated RDC, District Speaker, members of the Executive, COW, BISO, and all technical and support staff for the love, care, timely accountability, and always being available whenever their services are required.
While those who benefited were not fully sensitized about the programs, the resignation letter sent by this reporter indicates that the vice chairperson clearly said he has resigned to enable him to be an ordinary councillor but not among the executives. The chairperson, Pakwach District Local Government, Honorable Omito Robert Steen, says he is not disappointed by the act. He says such offices need resilience and hard work.
At the moment, as I talk, I have already assigned the secretary for the substantive secretary for finance, Honorable Akelo Jester Okori, to caretake that position of head of government business and the position of the vice chairperson, because it's a very critical position at local government level. That is like the position of a prime minister, which cannot be blank. So straight away I have assigned the Honorable Akelo Jester Okori, alongside being Secretary of Finance, to also act as the Pakwach District Council Vice Chairperson. And I have notified all stakeholders like COW, RDC to take note, and they continue to deal with the Honorable Okori in that acting capacity of the Vice Chairperson alongside her substantive role as Secretary of Finance. Work is going on normally at the district. No business has come to a standstill. I saw a lot of issues on social media here and there, but for us at the capital, Kapita, at the district headquarters, business as usual and normal. We are not shaken. Whatsoever the untold, we are not bothered about. We are ready to handle whatsoever comes. But we are running the district very well. People are happy. We are doing the little we could with whatsoever resources government avails, and we are being very accountable.
Notably, Honorable Owini Ben served the district as Finance Secretary in 2017 to 2021, and currently he has been serving as the Vice Chairperson Local Council 5, Pakwach District. Early this year, the District Chairperson Robert Omito Steen dropped Secretary for Finance Mike Oketi, who doubles as District Councillor for Pakwach Town Council and is being replaced by Jessica Okori, the former Vice Chairperson Pakwach District in the previous regime. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Welcome back, and to give you more in the stories, there was excitement among the locals of Ewa Parish in Ajia Sub-County Road District following the commissioning of a borehole worth 25 million shillings. The borehole, whose project was funded by Meridian Tobacco Company Limited, and a part of its social corporate responsibility, is expected to address the challenge of access to clean and safe water within the area. Peace Ochaki compiled the story.
The residents of Ombatini Village, Ewa Parish in Ajia Sub-County in Aro District on Tuesday 19 December 2023 received a safe water borehole worth 25 million shillings, whose construction was done by Balaji Industries Limited and funded by Meridian Tobacco Company Limited. The borehole, which has been constructed by the Meridian Company, whose tobacco factory is built in Ajia Sub-County, comes as a social corporate responsibility for the company's offers to residents in the sub-county, on top of the annual 28 million shillings it voluntarily gives to Aro districts over the same purpose. Shandiro Susan, resident of the area, says they used to suffer a lot during dry season in search of safe drinking water. Patrick Odongo, the Aro District Water Officer, upon highlighting some of the details about the borehole, urged the beneficiaries of the borehole to collect some monies amongst themselves for its maintenance.
This borehole, it was drilled up to a depth of 50 meters, which recommends it to be a deep borehole. Its yield is 2,000 liters per hour. Fill a jerry can, it will take you around, that's around 15 seconds. This yield, it means this yield is worth to be motorized. Also, we have installed here what we call stainless steel pipes, which don't rust. So these stainless steel pipes will stay for a minimum of 3 years. So we expect you community to be collecting your user fees on monthly basis, so that by the 3 years you are able to change some of these pipes. This borehole, we have, as office, we have tested this water and it is worth for human consumption.
Dorash Robert Fred, the Meridian Tobacco Company Limited representative, thanked the community members for their hospitality through offering land.
We really appreciate also the support of the district. And as MTC, like we have always said, it's our commitment to make sure that we live together with the community that have supported us a lot, given us the land. Whatever we have right now comes from the community, and if we have ways to give back to them, we will really always do that. You know, water is life. So when MTC comes to support the community and say, okay, you have a clean source of drinking water, we are privileged because we feel we are giving life. And that is as far as we can present. Otherwise, my appeal to the local leadership and the community is, this for us is annual projections. We always plan to do something year in, year out for the community. Yes, when we come for your support, we appreciate, especially our district water office. Each time we get an issue, we come to them and say, give us direction.
Alfred Okwonzi, the LC5 chairperson for Aro District, stated that any project done like this should popularize his name and the government of NRM under the leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and urged the beneficiaries to take good care of the boreholes.
It's social responsibility to the communities out of the profits they realized there. And they give some of it to us. This partner is giving us 28 million per annum. Okay. So part of it, this does not include this. Okay. It's excluding this one. Yeah. So I am happy they have given this to the communities. I have asked them to be very grateful to, first of all, to God. Secondly, to the company for taking care of Meridian company. We are not here, but they are the ones taking care of them. Number 3, this water is for retired people. Retired people. There are many retired people here. They used to go very, very far. Now they are going to fetch here. Okay. Just pick a cup and come to fetch water for drinking. They must take care of it. So, if anything, there must be a lock here to regulate the use. And that is what I've told them. But I have emphasized, any project like this must popularize the government, the president. And secondly, must popularize me. Because without me, there's no... Because if I mishandle them, they will go away. Nobody will handle them. So we need to provide a conducive environment. I'm not alone. The government, Speaker is here, Minister is here. These are the people who are on the steering wheel.
Peace Oshaking, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Welcome back, and more in the stories. A total of 20 youth representatives from Moyo District have been empowered on how to handle human rights-related cases by Global AIM. And the one-day training attracted several of these youth representatives from the various town councils and sub-counties, as Okumu Dominic filed the story.
The training brought in over 20 youth leaders from all the sub-counties and town councils in Moyo District, both male and female representatives, so as to build their capacities and prepare them for the different tasks ahead. Mr. Delega Richard, the Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, Global AIM, who also doubled as the trainer, said the training is intended to prepare the youth leaders so as to monitor existing development projects in the communities so as to improve on service delivery to the public.
One of the specific objectives of this project is to ensure that the capacities of the youth leaders and structures within these two districts has been built so as to meet their obligations and responsibilities. The project is basically targeting the youth in the two districts, the youth leaders, and as well as the general youth population, fraternity, and the particular training that we are conducting today, which is the training of youth leaders in human rights-based approaches to programming, is basically falling under the second specific objective of this project that looks at building the capacity of the youth leaders in the two districts. And this is to enable them monitor and participate in the implementation of the existing development programs within the two districts, because most times the implementation of development programs are conducted in districts, find certain areas lack the consideration or taking into account the human rights-based approaches to development. And this is why we are considering this and training the youth leaders today so as to enable them to participate in the monitoring. You know, it has to be considered right from start of priority identification, the program design, implementation, and monitoring and evaluation. All this has to be considered and conducted, taking into account the human rights-based approaches to programming.
Honorable Nzemai Rogers, the Youth Councillor Laropi Sub-County, said these trainings organized by Global AIM made them to be able to monitor different government development programs and has enlightened them to impress delegations and improve on ways of communicating among themselves, which were not there in the past.
Global AIM also equipped us with a lot of skills. Since we started this training, it has helped us in monitoring, evaluation in areas where youths are supposed to participate. If you take a look at monitoring, we are able to monitor government programs. Take a look at PDM. We are able to know the exact percentage the youths are supposed to benefit out of PDM. Of late, we are not knowing this. Global AIM help us in communication. There had been communication gap. We are unable to communicate frequently, but when Global AIM came in, we are able to communicate. The chain link for communication, we communicate the district team and the sub-county team. Even if you take a look at the sub-county level, we are able to organize meeting and talk to our youth leaders.
Honorable Moini Emmanuel, the Youth Councillor, Moyo Sub-County, lauded Global AIM for the capacity building of the youth, saying through this training, they are able to know their rights, and it will also help them in home administration.
For the training of today, which is also again organized by Global M, that is about human rights. We all know that when you come in a community, most of the people do not know their rights. That's why by not knowing our rights, things have been very hard for us. I've been even telling us that there are some other projects which was initiated to help the community, but without knowing our rights, without knowing whom am I going to approach, without knowing where am I supposed to get this thing, without knowing who I am, made us not even participate in other project. But if you see really today, we all know our right. As a leader, what am I supposed to do? As a community, and as a leader, what am I supposed to do for my community to benefit from this project, or to develop in their families?
Honorable Letaro Gladys, the Vice Youth Chairperson, Moyo Town Council, said the training has now opened her mind to know her rights, and therefore will transfer the knowledge she has acquired from the training to the youth in her community so as to enlighten them about their rights.
Today, they are training us over human rights, basic approvals in a number of sectors. But to me, I used not to know exactly. I used to have that concept of human rights, but I didn't know it into details like what I have learned today, especially where it is applicable. I used to think it is when somebody does offense that when you now realize that this person has a right to a specific offense. I've now come to know that human right is a fundamental basic principle that is by birth for everyone. It is today that I understand through this training which Global M is giving us.
Global M is a non-government organization operating mainly in Moyo and Obongi district, is currently running a project called Strengthening Youth Participation in Development and Decision-Making Processes in Moyo and Obongi districts, aimed at building the capacities of the youth so as to execute their obligations and mandate. The project runs for 10 months. It started in August this year and is expected to end in May next year. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
A very good evening, viewers. My name is Orak Benson Pastor, and you are most welcome for today's edition of Nile Cast Sports News. A lot of stories continue to happen in the world of sports, local, national, continental, and also in European sports. But we are going to discuss a lot. And let me start with what is happening within the region, as the preliminary draws of Stanbic Uganda Cup in the region of West Nile has already been released, both in Nile zone and in Nyagaki zone. Taking a look at some of the draws here, along mix, of course, has been against Zeusendo. Zeusendo is a team that's currently playing in West Nile Regional League and in Nyagaki Zone. And also again in Nyagaki Zone, we have got a draw between Hot Spring and Paida Black Angels, and Angal Mission has been drawn against Navy Central, plus the other fixtures to be played in Stanbic Uganda Cup as far as Nyagaki Zone is concerned. And also not leaving out Nile Zone, the draws are also out. You can take fixtures like King Power of Yumbe being drawn again against the side that plays in Regional League, Yumbe Heroes. Another game will be between All United that comes from Marcha, as they will be entertaining the team Moyo Town Council that comes from Moyo DFA. And lastly, Yumbe Hotspurs has been drawn against Odamatako Central, the table leaders in Nile Zone right now. Away from that, in more of the stories, this time National Cricket Cranes have defended the trophy they won last season, that's the African Cup. They started it on a low note after losing it into the hands of Rwanda in the open game. Being the defending champions, they have managed to defend it again. And this tournament has been taking place within the continent of Africa and in South Africa. Also, away from that, into international stories, Manchester City striker Erling Braut Haaland has been nominated as the world's best sports personality for the year of 2023, that's in BBC. This striker just joined Manchester City from the team of Westfalenstadion-based club Borussia Dortmund over the last summer, and he went on to score 52 goals for the team of Manchester City across all competitions and helping Manchester City to win treble, that was Carabao Cup, UEFA Champions League for the first time, and also English Premier League. Still in more of the stories, this time taking a look at what is happening in the quarterfinals of Carabao Cup, or as EFL Cup. These games started yesterday, whereby we had 3 games played, and we saw Chelsea playing out 1-1 draw with the team of Newcastle in the normal time, and Chelsea winning it 4-2 in the penalty shootout. And another game was between Everton and Fulham. It also ended 1-1, and Fulham beating Everton by 6 goals to 7 in the penalty shootout. Meanwhile, in the other game, we saw the River Boys Middlesbrough thumping out Port Vale by 3 goals to 0. And we have one game to be played tonight between Liverpool, the Cops, as they will be taking on the team of West Ham, the Hammers, in the other remaining quarterfinals match. And after this, Carabao Cup will be the semi-finals, and finalizing everything with what is happening in German Bundesliga, particularly at the team of Bayern Munich, as the striker Thomas Müller has extended his contract with the. Come to the end of today's edition of NILE CAST Sports News. My name remains Oraku Benson Pastore. Since this is festive season, I want to take this opportunity to wish our great viewers a very happy Christmas and prosperous New Year. I am out of the studio. We'll link up again tomorrow for the same program of NILE CAST Sports News.
All right, thank you so much, Oraku Benson Pastore, for the sports updates. And dear viewer, that marks the end of the NILE CAST News Bulletin for Wednesday. And today I've been Farish Majid, and in a special way, I want to make this commitment as West Nile Television. We remain committed to serving you till the last day. And from me to you is a good evening and Merry Christmas in advance. Thank you so much for watching West Nile Television. For now, I'm out. Thank you.